guys, it's Phantom, and welcome back to my channel for another Let's Talk episode. Now, I haven't filmed a Let's Talk in a while because I haven't needed to. Okay, so I hadn't filmed a Let's Talk episode in a while because I didn't really feel the need to. But today, in today's episode, we're going to talk about common misconceptions when it comes to having a YouTube channel, or not a YouTube channel, but common misconceptions when it comes to being a content creator or something like that, when referring to like editing common misconceptions about being a content creator or a YouTuber. And this is going to talk about editing and other things. I will also film a tutorial on how I edit, but that will be a separate video because in this video I just want to talk. So this is going to talk about common misconceptions about YouTube and content creation and editing and recording software and things like that. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using this comment that I got about 4 days ago. So this comment says, honestly, the only thing that was wrong in the first part was the volume was low. So basically this comment, first off, this comment is referring to a video that I filmed. It was a mod review, and I had to record like 2 separate clips. Like I had to do like a video of me actually testing the mod and then reading the mod instructions out, and in that video I was kind of tired, so I sounded very low and tired. So this comment says, honestly, the only thing that was wrong in the first part was your volume was too low. I filmed 2 separate parts of the video and I forgot to edit my volume when I was editing. So yeah, I couldn't quite hear your voice. However, I will say I downloaded this mod recently and had been looking for a video where someone shows it and describes it before I use it, and you were the only person I found who covered this mod. So for constructive criticism, I actually think you're doing great. It's apparent you're starting out. Like, what do you mean by that? Starting out with mods, or because, okay, mind you, I've been on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for 6 years in total. So I'm not really new to YouTube. I mean, I'm new to editing because I didn't used to edit my videos. I didn't used to edit my videos when I first started out, and my videos were terrible when I first started out. I don't really like talking about them. I don't like watching old videos of mine that I've recorded because I just don't like how my voice sounded. I'm not starting out because I've been doing this for like 5-6 years, so I wouldn't really say that I'm starting out. But if you mean like with growth, then yeah, I'd agree with you on that. so thank you. And then they said, I think you're doing great, but I would like to have the courage to make videos with my Sims soon, so I commend you, and your video was actually well done. Once the volume on your voice was up, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I forgot to edit the volume on my editor for the video, so I'm sorry about that. Once the volume on your voice was up, I enjoyed it. Instructional and covering stuff I have yet to see other Simmers cover. Also fun personality. I think once you get comfortable, I'm very comfortable, thank you, and I've found my niche on YouTube, which a lot of people might think, okay, yeah, I've found my niche, so I'm trying to explain this in a way that's understandable. So I'm the type of creator that, yes, I film Sims content, but I also branched out. If you're new to my channel, yes, I branched out in 2019. So I'm a simmer that helps other simmers and kind of branched out in a sense. But I'm still a Sims channel, I'm still a gaming channel, that's what I'm mainly known for. But yeah, I found my niche a long time ago. But yeah, anyway, what I really wanted to cover with this comment was the misconception that YouTubers, that content creators have editors, like pay people to edit for them, like have professional editors. So, not everyone, let me just say this, not everybody has a professional editor, and editing takes the longest out of everything. So yeah, this video is gonna cover misconceptions, editing, recording softwares to use, and the one that I mainly recommend, like editing software and Photoshop and like Adobe and stuff and thumbnails and all that fun stuff. But yeah, just to clear that up, I found my niche a long time ago. I'm a Sims YouTuber that occasionally helps other Sims YouTubers. And I do reaction videos as well, so yeah, that's kind of my niche. That's what I'm good at. In fact, the tips videos kind of helped grow my channel a lot. Both with views, sub count, and other things like that. But I don't really care about the sub count because I'm not one to brag about that. So yeah, first off, misconception that people have editors. Actually, not everyone has editors. Not everyone can afford professional editors. And in my opinion, if you have the resources to edit videos yourself, like unless you're the type of person to have like a bunch of videos and like not set time aside to just edit, like just spend a whole day editing if you need to. In my opinion, just like get the software you need. There are specific softwares that you should just like get one and done, or one that I would recommend would probably be Adobe software, to be honest, because that's just what I learned on. So, yeah, anyway. So, yeah. When it comes to editing software, I recommend everything Adobe, because you can just learn to edit on that. There's helpful booklets. There's helpful booklets for each program, depending on what you use. Okay, so why do I say that I'm an Adobe person? So, if you don't know, Adobe is a company that provides things like, that makes editing software and Photoshop and, like all these other programs. So, all these other programs that people use. So, the reason why I recommend Adobe software is because Adobe software is the type of software that people learn on, whether you're in school or just, whether you're in school or you're a content creator or an artist or whatever. A lot of people learn on these softwares. So basically what people do is, okay, yes, you can teach yourself how to use Adobe software, but how a lot of people learn is by getting these, okay, so Adobe offers these textbooks, or not textbooks, these, well, I guess you could call them textbooks, but yeah, Adobe offers these textbooks, and, like student manuals or whatever, student textbooks, whatever, at like outside retailers like Amazon, etc. Probably at like in-person retailers. But yeah, a lot of YouTubers I know use Adobe software. If not everyone uses Adobe software. Now there's a lot of different like editing software, but in my personal opinion, Adobe is something that I learned on. And was taught on, so it just helps that I have Adobe software. But yeah, so basically what I use is something called Adobe CC, which stands for Adobe Creative Cloud. And so yeah. Adobe is a computer software company that makes editing software, Photoshop, and like a bunch of other like graphic kind of design stuff and stuff for intros that people use. And then they have plans, and stuff. Would I say that it's pricey? I mean, it depends, but it's very much worth it. It's very much worth it. So yeah, I recommend Adobe software because for one, with all these, okay, there's a lot of editing programs out there, but the thing, again, that I like about Adobe is that they have student booklets. So yeah, they have student booklets, student plans, Adobe booklets. Or whatever those are called. They have like instruction manual type things. Yeah. Probably like Adobe manuals. I'm not too sure. Yeah, they have like user guides and stuff like that. I can't really remember, but they have workbooks and booklets and stuff that people can learn on, and people make a lot of videos on how to use Adobe software, or like how they edit their videos, or how they do whatever to help other people, or like videos on how to make their thumbnails. So yeah, anyway, I recommend Adobe software because it's all in one place. You don't have to like download a bunch of extra stuff. It's all in one place. You don't have to download a bunch of extras. And it's just easy. Like if you are taught how to use like Adobe products, and also they have like classes on how to use Adobe software, so take advantage of that. Anyway, so yeah, that's with the editing software and Photoshop that I recommend. So yeah, like that's with the Adobe software that I recommend. I recommend all of it. It depends on what you use, what you're using Adobe for, because there's a lot of different uses. I personally use my editing software in Photoshop, and then to record my videos, I use OBS Studio version 27. Hold on. So I use OBS Studio version, what is this? 2.720 RC2 64-bit Windows. So yeah, I know how to use OBS. I use OBS for recording my videos. And for streaming. That's mainly what I use it for. That's what it's supposed to be used for. I don't see the point in getting all these extra recording softwares. Just get OBS and learn how to use it, and you should be fine. But where do I actually get the OBS version from? So you can get OBS Studio from OBS Project. You can get OBS Studio from OBS Project, but what I do is I have to download an older version of OBS because the newest version does not run correctly, or it runs but it crashes every single time I try to pause a recording. So what I do is older OBS versions. So I look up older OBS versions, and I use this site called Video Help. This is where I get my versions of OBS from, because the newest version of OBS does not let me pause. So yeah, this is where I get my OBS. This is where I got my OBS from, the one that I use. So yeah, I use a site called Video Help. I use a site called Video Help to get the older versions, or like the previous version of OBS Studio, one that actually runs and doesn't like freeze up, but where you can mainly get OBS from, like let's say you don't have any issues with the newest version, you can also get it from OBS Project. You can also get it from OBS Project. You can also get it from OBS Project. But just a fair warning, the newest version of OBS, this version shown here in this image has a lot of problems, so I would not recommend. Okay, unless you have no problems with the newest version of OBS, I'd recommend using the website shown to get an older version of OBS if you're having any problems. So yeah, like a lot of people have said to use QuickTime. I don't use QuickTime, and also QuickTime isn't supported on Windows. I have a lot of issues with QuickTime, so if you're ever thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just go with OBS. To be honest, it's free. It's free to download. It works on pretty much every system, from Mac, Linux, if you use Linux, and Windows, as well as the older versions, and then, yeah, but, like, yeah, the misconception is, like, things that people have asked me, like, do you edit your videos? Do you have an editor? Do you have an editor? No, I do not have an editor. And by an editor, when it comes to, okay, so that common question that people ask content creators is, like, do you have an editor? And for the people that say no, they might ask a sub-question like, then who edits your videos? And then they'd say, oh, I edit all my videos. Basically, how people do this is they record everything in advance, which is called pre-filming. If you don't know what pre-filming is, it's basically setting aside some time to record videos, so like let's say you record a video that's supposed to go up that day. That wouldn't be considered pre-recording. But if you record back to back to back, then that would be considered pre-recording. And then you set some time aside to edit. You make your thumbnails in advance. And everything. So a lot of people might wonder, how do people do the thumbnails for videos? It's very easy. People use something called Photoshop. People use something called Photoshop to make their thumbnails, or probably their intros. You can make intros using Photoshop, but I don't know how to do that. But yeah, basically what you do is, I'm not actually going to show you, but what you do is you make a thumbnail for a Let's Play in advance. Right, so let me show you real quick. But yeah, let me show you real quick. And so yeah, here is what you do. You make a thumbnail in advance. So basically what you do is you have all these layers here. You have to like get the, okay, depending on what your Let's Play is. Like for example, I have a University Life Let's Play and I just remade the thumbnail and continued on. So basically what you do is you make the thumbnail in advance, you save it, and then depending on what episodes you're filming, you just like renumber it to fit the episode that you're filming for, and just kind of keep doing that until you get your desired number of thumbnails that you want. And then you keep doing that. But yeah, make your thumbnails, make your thumbnails in advance. But yeah, make your thumbnails in advance before you actually decide to sit down and record something. It will make things a lot easier. So yeah, I hope that this Let's Talk video kind of helped explain things a little bit. So yeah, I hope this video helped explain things. And yeah, so I did record a video. I did record a University Life episode. So that'll be going up soon as... That'll be going up when I edit it. So yeah. And then this will go up today as well. And that'll probably be the only video I upload today, because I don't know what else I want to film for today. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was helpful. And I'll catch you in the next